Hello YouTube, Droid Freak here, and welcome to a video on a mob farm design that I've been using for a very long time. Well, I've been using variations of this design for a very long time, and I've refined it to a great degree, and I'm gonna show you all about it. I have a night vision potion on right now, by the way. So, yeah, it's pretty super effective. The idea of this design is that the mobs get pushed into the center and flushed down a hole where they are dropped to their death, basically. And then they're all dead. And it's cool. Pretty much. You have a great big floodplain where all the water is flooded into the center, and you get a great big mob of mobs trying to fall down the hole in the center. And because it's a great big floodplain, a bunch of monsters spawn and get flooded into the center, basically. So that's the concept. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about how it works, though. First of all, water mechanics. Because clearly you need to know a little bit about water mechanics to know... Sorry about that. You need to know a little bit about water mechanics to know... Let me just quit Skype right now. You need to know a little bit about water mechanics to understand this farm. So, here I have a demonstration of water channels of different length. Each of these is 1, 2, 3, and so on. As you can see, the water flows out the end of the channel until you get to a water channel of length 8. The key concept here being that a water channel of length 8 does not have water flowing off the end, because water flows 8 blocks from a source, and a water channel of length 7 will have water flowing off the end, because, again, water flows 8 blocks from a source, and the 8th block is off the end. Here I demonstrate that the same thing happens if water is flowing from an above channel. So if you have a channel of any length below 8 up here, and it flows off the end into this channel, it will still flow exactly 8 blocks. So here I have channel 8 blocks long and a channel 7 blocks long, for a total of 15 blocks long. All one source of water, by the way. If I destroy this block, it's all one source of water. I didn't cheat and place another water source down there. And same concept here. 8 blocks at the bottom, and 7 blocks on each of these channels. So with one single water source, I'm able to flood basically infinite area. And that is the key concept of this farm. That the bottom platform is 8 blocks long, so the water stops right at the edge. That is 8 blocks from any place on the end to the center. Oops. If I place water anywhere on the edge of this, it will lead right up to the middle and stop, which is why the water doesn't flood out of the mob trap. And if I place water on any one of these platforms, it will flood down, because each of these platforms is 7 blocks long. Now, yeah, I'll cut to a tutorial right now, where I will show you how to build this thing using a few command blocks, just a few. This is using Sethbling's set block filter. I'll put a link in the description if I remember, something like that. Anyways, then I'm gonna set my step to 1. Woo! It's the ladder. Okay, first of all, you got this drop zone at the bottom with hoppers. I'm using hoppers because I want to automatically collect the items, so you need a zone about this large to make sure that all the mobs land in the zone and their items get collected. Otherwise, some of the mobs are going to land outside the zone, though not very many, depending on how big you make it. Anyways, for step 1, you just build a ladder up to where you want the farm to be, assuming that you're doing this in survival, because I don't know why you'd do it in creative. You you build a ladder up to where you're going to build it. I recommend going like 25 or 30 blocks above the ground. Technically only need 23 to kill most mobs, but you want to go a little bit higher in case they have armor, unless you want them to survive with armor, which I don't really. I just want them to all die. Wahahaha. So, build that ladder up there. Pretty simple stuff. Step 2. Is it not loading? Yeah, it's not loading. You build this platform out from the center. You have your central hole that is 2 by 2 blocks, and you want to build 8 blocks out in each direction. So 8 blocks out right there, 8 blocks out right there, and so on diagonally between them. This is so that if you place water on the edge, as I showed you in the water mechanics section, it will go 8 blocks out. So if you placed water here, or if water flowed down onto here, it would flow right up to the edge and stop. Same thing with any point on the outer edge. If you place water on any of these blocks, or water flows down onto that block, as the case will be, then the water will flow right up to the edge and stop, which is what we want, because then the mobs will be pushed to the edge and fall down. On step 2, we build another layer around that one, or step 3, whatever it is, the next step, the second platform. You, instead of going 8 blocks out, you want to go 7 blocks out, because you want the water from this layer to flow down onto the first platform and up to the edge. So this platform is 7 blocks in each direction from the first platform. We've got, if you go straight in any direction, you get 7 blocks, and if you go along any collection of diagonals, you also end up with 7 blocks, unless you go backwards. But why would you go backwards when you're counting? Anyways, you get 7 blocks from the inner edge to the outer edge, so water placed on this edge will flow down to the center. Pretty simple stuff. At step 4, we start to turn our mob farm into a square, because in this case I decided to make it 32 by 32. And 32 by 32 just happened to be exactly at the end of the second platform. You can make it transition between multiple platforms. The idea is that when you reach the edge of the square, you just start going in that direction instead of out. So you just basically truncate your platform at the point of it sticking out. So say you wanted to stop it 4 blocks shorter, so 2 blocks on either side, you would just truncate it right here, and your wall would be in this block instead of on that block. Pretty simple concept there. So in this platform we also go 7 blocks out, and we go in this direction here to avoid going beyond the wall of the platform. The wall will go right here, as you will see in the next step, step 5. We build the wall around that platform from the last step, and we bring the platforms up to a point. This is another 7 blocks. There just happened to be this 1 block left, another 1 block platform in the corner, but this 7 block platform is basically the last platform that we need. So we go 8 blocks diagonally here, 7 blocks there, 7 blocks there, 7 blocks there, and then just 1 block. Lonely singular block, because that 1 block is left over. So I will set myself to step 6. You'll see that I placed that 1 block in each corner, but that's obviously too small to be a step in and of itself. So I also built the walls. Now you want the walls to be built in such a way that they are 2 blocks tall for mobs standing on the tallest platform, which in this case would be the 1 block in the corner. Honestly, I could have just built the walls this tall, because the 1 block in each corner does not matter like, at all, but it's there. You can build it one block higher up to get one extra spawning space in each corner, so honestly you might just want to build yours this high if you happen to build one the same size as this and end up with the one block in the corner. But anyways, on to the next step. Fortunately, SethBling's filter does not handle redstone quite correctly. It doesn't handle dispensers or droppers correctly. So there's that. So this redstone is missing the dispensers and droppers, and apparently lighting glitches. That would be a set block glitch, not a SethBling glitch. Those words are actually pretty similar, Seth and set. Yeah, anyways. Let me see if I can clear out the lighting glitches. There we go. Fewer lighting glitches now. There's still that one in the center. There's always a lighting glitch in the center I can't seem to get rid of. Anyways. Yeah, so to finish it off, you build a roof, and I will explain this redstone right after I finish building it. So, downward facing dispenser in each corner to dispense the water blocks. Those water blocks will then go down to the center. Basically, the water blocks in each corner will flood the entire thing by just having one dispenser with water in each corner. So that's a nice, simple way to flood a great big area and push all the mobs into the center. That's the whole idea of all these platforms. Now, to set up the dispenser powering system, I obviously just ran redstone along the edge to reach all the dispensers. I ran a line that way, and I ran a line that way. So that's how I power all the dispensers from one point. Here I have a dropper hopper timer. And once I actually add in the droppers with a single block of quartz, and there we go. This timer is now functional. I have a pair of hoppers here with 64 items between the two of them, I do believe. And this timer is basically your standard hopper timer, except instead of using pistons like most of the ones that I've seen, I just used droppers for a T flip-flop, because this is a nice compact T flip-flop here with these two droppers, and using some fancy diagonal redstone stacking, I'm able to make this quite compact, this whole timer here. So feel free to use that in your creations if you want. Nice simple dropper hopper timer, same thing that I used in my brewing system if you watched that video. So there we go, simple hopper dropper timer. I will hop back down in here and we can see it in action if the water will come down. That lighting glitch again, it's just bothering me. Oh, that's right, I forgot the last step. Step 8. There we go. It made the ladder go down. Obviously, when you're done building the redstone on top, you just tear down the ladder. And there you go. So, the way this water works is... This needs a potion of night vision, really. Potion of night vision. There we go. Nice and bright in here now. So, the water basically flows down everywhere, and wherever a monster is on this platform, this series of platforms on this floor, they will be pushed into the center. So that's the idea of this flushing mob trap win. Obviously, if I were not creative, I would have died there, because that is a drop that is specifically made to kill anything that falls down it. Except for Endermen, but Endermen don't really get pushed into the center by this farm. They just immediately teleport down when the water touches them. This is not a functional Enderman farm in the overworld, but not many things are. I might make a tutorial on an overworld Enderman farm sometime, but honestly, it's pretty difficult to make a good one. I think I I have some good ideas, though. I will set my difficulty to... where is it? I'm not used to the new settings. I'll set it to hard, even though mob spawning is the same on all non-peaceful difficulties. And... oh yeah, that's right, it's dark down here, too. But I can't see that because... night vision potion. That is the annoying thing about night vision potions, is that they make it impossible for you to see light levels, so you don't know if it's dark. Actually, do I have a bucket of milk? Can I get one? Yes, then I will be able to see where it is dark. Okay, the horizon did something weird there. Oh, it just does that when I'm in darkness, I guess. Anyways, you can see that this farm is incredibly awesome. I already showed you that earlier in the video, but yeah, it is functional as built. Though granted, it was built largely using command blocks, but I hope that gave you the general idea of how to build this. And spiders, why you gotta clog up the works? I have considered making the hole in the center bigger, but that involves doing some fancy stuff because... I should turn my night vision back on. Because if you just simply have a 3-wide hole in the center here, then the water flowing off this edge and the water flowing off that edge won't meet. They'll just have a hole in the middle, which is not cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And actually, you could make a... well... I don't know. You could make a larger hole in the center. Definitely. You could make one that was this big, though that might not be much better for spiders. That'll probably be better for spiders, because it'd be more difficult for them to, like, get caught on it. You could also make one that is this big. I mean, as long as it's all diagonal, then the water system should, like, as long as it's 2 blocks straight on each side and the rest diagonal, it should work out. This would be probably ideal, to have a great big hole like this, but realistically you're not going to have that many mobs in there unless you're on a super flat world like I am, or if you have lit up everything. But I have tested this on worlds where I've lit up virtually nothing, and if you make a large version of this design, it is still very effective, even on worlds where you haven't lit up much at all. So, like for instance on Freecraft, I built a version about 4 times as large as this in an area that I haven't lit up at all, and it's quite effective. If you AFK overnight, you get a lot of gunpowder from that. Granted, probably not as much as this, but this is super flat. What do you expect? So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. Give this video a like, or share it if you liked it, or you think people should see it. Anyways, guys, bye.